Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and this is the Baseball Hut. Please subscribe to this channel and like the video, and let me know what you think about this video, and of course send me a great super thanks. Live streams will be coming up. We'll be having one in a couple of days, so you got to keep an eye on it. Hit the bell for notification. Very important that you hit the bell for notification when you subscribe. There's a little bell there. You don't click on that sometimes, you don't get notified when a live stream comes up, or nor do you find out if a video comes up. So it's very important that you hit that bell. So I'm going to go through a bunch of names of players the Mets could use for, as a guy that they could throw into the middle of their lineup, because this team needs another bat, if not two. And I know the Mets don't want to give up any of their big prospects. They don't want to give up Beatty. They don't want to give up Mauricio. They certainly don't want to give up Alvarez or even Vientos for that matter. But I'm going to run through a couple of names. Some of these names, it'll be interesting to see because they're going to go. I would be shocked if all these players did not get traded. So we're going to go through about 7 names, and this is from an article from Sports Illustrated talking about the pluses and minuses of each of these players. First up is Wilson Contreras. I mentioned him because he's a catcher. He's probably the best hitting catcher in the game, and he's a free agent. All these players are all free agents after the season. So these are guys that are going to be available on the open market when this regular season is over. But Wilson Contreras is a catcher. He's going to be the one guy that's going to want to... the Cubs are going to want a lot of players for him in terms of prospects. The Mets got to be a little careful with him just due to the fact they got Alvarez knocking on the door of being a major league player. He's now in Triple-A. And plus, with a catcher coming into the middle into a pennant run, is going to be very difficult to have him in here, but he's one name. Another name for this article is C.J. Cron. He's with the Rockies. He's had a really interesting career. He's driven a lot of runs in, a lot of home runs. He plays first base. You would figure, and he's a right-handed bat. You would figure he'd probably be the main DH on this team and spell P from time to time. The big name on this list that probably is the most likely of the players that's going to go in a trade to the Mets is Josh Bell. He's a switch hitter. He's had a lot of home runs in his career with the Pirates and obviously this year with the Nationals. So he would be a guy that could be moved. I don't think you'd have to give up a lot for him. The next player, also with the Nationals, Nelson Cruz. Do you want an aging player, a player that's that old, even if he's a rental? How much does he have left? If you look at his numbers, his slugging percentage isn't very high. It's under 400. Another name that's connected to Buck Showalter along with Nelson Cruz is Trey Mancini, the Baltimore Orioles. He's not having as good of a year in terms of his power. A lot of it's due to the fact that the Orioles moved in the fences there in Camden Yards. Then another name that sort of popped up over the last week or two is Andrew Benintendi. He's basically a left-handed version of Marcano. You want to bring in a guy that doesn't have a lot of power. I don't know if he's the right fit here with the Mets. And the last name, and he's left-handed. Another name on this list, and he's kind of an interesting name, is Ian Happ with the Chicago Cubs. He's 27 years old. He has 8 home runs, but he's had 95 home runs in his career. And he hit 25 last year. So the power is there. He doesn't drive in a lot of runs. It seems like he's the kind of guy that drives in a lot. He gets a lot of solo home runs, just looking based off of his numbers. But that is just some of the names. Those are some of the names that I've come across over the last couple of days of players that could get traded to the New York Mets. There's about 7 of them here. I'm sure there'll be other players that'll be mentioned as we go along. But really, the main names I would focus in on if I were you as a Met fan, Josh Bell and Trey Mancini. Those are the 2 guys to keep an eye on if they come here. You're not going to have to give up a lot. You're not going to have to give up the big 4 or 5 prospects. Probably the B-level prospects the Mets would have to give up. Well, let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe, of course, to the Baseball Hut. Send me a super thanks. I really appreciate when you do that. Whenever you do that, I post it on the community. I like to show it off and let people know that the things that you do for me, your support means a lot. So, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.